Dr. Marcus Chen adjusted his quantum scanner one final time before stepping onto the crystalline shore of Kepler 442b. The exoplanet's twin suns cast an ethereal purple glow across the methane seas, creating an otherworldly vista that still took his breath away even after 3 months of research. As the lead xenobiologist for the Terran Exploration Initiative, Marcus had studied countless alien ecosystems, but none quite like this. The atmospheric readings indicated a perfect storm approaching literally. The planet's unique electromagnetic field interactions with its binary star system created phenomena that Earth science was still struggling to understand. Marcus had ventured out to collect final samples before the research station's mandatory evacuation. As he knelt beside a tidal pool teeming with bioluminescent organisms, a sound pierced through the whistling wind, something between a cry and a harmonic frequency that resonated in his bones. Marcus looked up sharply, his enhanced visor automatically adjusting to track the source of the disturbance. There, roughly 50 meters offshore in the choppy methane sea, something was struggling against the violent currents. At first, Marcus thought it might be one of the larger indigenous life forms, perhaps a crystalline whale or a plasma jellyfish. But as his visor's zoom function engaged, he realized with shock that it was unmistakably humanoid. The figure had elongated limbs and what appeared to be translucent skin that shimmered with an inner light. Most remarkably, delicate gill slits along its neck were clearly visible, fluttering desperately as the creature fought against the rising waves. It was unlike any species in the xenobiological databases, yet there was something hauntingly familiar about its proportions and movements. Without hesitation, Marcus activated his emergency beacon and sprinted toward his hoversled. The atmospheric disturbance was intensifying by the minute, and the creature, clearly a juvenile by its size, was losing its battle against the turbulent methane currents. "Control, this is Chen," he spoke into his comm unit while donning his environmental suit's aquatic mode. "I've got a situation. Unknown sapient species in distress. Grid coordinates 847 Alpha. Initiating emergency rescue protocol." The response crackled through heavy interference. Chen, negative on rescue. Storm intensity, critical. Return to base immediately. Marcus ignored the order. His suit's methane adaptation systems came online as he dove into the alien sea. The liquid methane was surprisingly viscous, almost gel-like, and his suit's propulsion systems struggled against the dense medium. The twin suns' electromagnetic interference played havoc with his navigation systems, but he pressed forward using visual markers. The young alien had gone under twice by the time Marcus reached her location. Up close, he could see that she was indeed female, with features that were delicate yet utterly alien large, multifaceted eyes that reflected the purple light like cut gems, and skin that seemed to contain flowing constellations of light beneath its surface. Her gills were working frantically, but something was wrong. Marcus's suit sensors indicated that the methane composition in this area was contaminated, likely heavy metals from the planet's core, stirred up by the electromagnetic storm. She was essentially drowning in polluted water. Working quickly, Marcus activated his suit's emergency medical protocol and wrapped the alien in a protective field bubble. His suit's AI immediately began analyzing her physiology, attempting to determine what kind of atmospheric mix she needed. The readings were unlike anything in the xenobiological databases. Her biology seemed to function on principles that challenged conventional understanding of life. The journey back to shore was harrowing. The electromagnetic storm had reached full intensity, creating plasma arcs that danced across the methane sea's surface. Marcus's suit systems were failing one by one under the strain, but he maintained the protective bubble around the alien girl at all cost. They reached the crystalline shore just as Marcus's primary life support gave out. Both collapsed onto the luminous sand, the alien girl unconscious, but breathing steadily through specialized atmospheric filters Marcus had managed to configure. As he waited for the emergency extraction team, something extraordinary happened. The alien's eyes fluttered open, those multifaceted gems focusing on Marcus with an intelligence that was unmistakably sapient. She reached out with one delicate hand and touched his helmet's faceplate. Instantly, Marcus's mind exploded with images, concepts, and knowledge that defied description. He saw vast cities built from living crystal, technologies that bent space-time like putty, and civilizations that spanned not just star systems, but entire dimensions. The alien girl wasn't just any member of her species, she was royalty, a princess of the ethereal collective, one of the galaxy's most advanced civilizations. Her people had been searching for suitable worlds to establish research colonies, and her scout ship had crashed during the electromagnetic storm. Her rescue by a member of humanity, a species they had been observing with growing respect, was seen as a sign of worthiness. The reward came not as material wealth, but as knowledge and opportunity. Through the psychic link established during their contact, the princess, whose name translated roughly as Luminara, downloaded into Marcus's mind the location of a derelict alien shipyard containing technology millennia ahead of human capabilities. More importantly, she extended an invitation for humanity to join the ethereal collective as junior partners. Within months, human civilization would be transformed. Faster than light travel, matter manipulation, consciousness transfer technologies that would have taken humanity centuries to develop were suddenly within reach. All because one man chose to risk everything to save a drowning stranger. As the extraction shuttles arrived through the storm, Marcus looked down at Luminara, who managed a smile that somehow transcended species barriers. In that moment, he realized that heroism wasn't about seeking rewards, it was about acting on the fundamental belief that every sapient life had value. The storm began to clear, and twin suns set on one era of human history, while rising on another entirely. The universe, it seemed, had been waiting to see if humanity was ready to join something greater than themselves. The test had been passed.